Welcome back to all the crackers in the box. So, this is an absolutely stunning piece that my mother has made, but unfortunately, it's not big enough for anybody, and she does not have enough to do an end, so she just kind of abandoned it, and I'm gonna have to do something about it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to separate the two sets of strands. It comes strands of 4, so I'm going to separate them and we're going to go from there. Anyways, I'm going to show you how I do it, and it's going to be quite tedious and take me a while, so please enjoy. Alright, so this is Lost Souls, and no, this is not going to go to waste. This is going to get redone, but I want it thinner, and I want this to go much further, because it's only like 798 or something meters, and it's not enough. So, first things I gotta do, because I'm splitting it into 2 cakes, and this is Salt and Shadow, or sorry, yeah, I think it's Salt and Shadow. Pretty sure I'd have to look it up. Oops. I'm not gonna like that. Gotta do 2 of these. I'm gonna go grab a new one. Hold on. Okay, so the first one I tore right there. And what's gonna end up happening is that the yarn's gonna get soft. It's really soft and delicate. It will end up fraying and getting really rubbed. End up wearing it out. So we're going to cut this as well. There. So the reason why I'm doing that is that will be our beginning points of the cake. Simple as that. Now, we are going to find the end. I'm not going to start on the blue end. We're going to start with the dark end, even though that is totally backwards. And if I want to rewind it, I can. Now, first things first. Find our end. Oof. A little bit dusty. I think our end is going to be over here. Be careful with this kind of yarn. It is a soft, super beautiful cotton. And it's 4 strands. So we have 4 very thin strands. Now I'm going to pop one into that slit and down in there. So then I will never lose my end. Give yourself a decent tail. Okay. And this is a slow, tedious job. This is going to take me quite a while to do because I've done it 2 other times and it can get tangled. It can be rather daunting. So I've been putting it off for a while, knowing that this is what I want to do. Because I want this pattern for myself. I don't necessarily want it as a shawl. I'm thinking of a closed poncho, possibly. So I can just wear it like a shirt over something else. But I love that. I absolutely love this dark blue to the black. These are definitely colors I enjoy. So, I know, black on black, right? There we go. We're already getting into a spot where it's starting to get a little bit finicky. This is something I do once in a while I watch TV to get ready for a bigger project. I consider this to be a bigger project. Gonna do a couple rounds here, and we're also gonna do this like a cake. But first, I like to do a nice base for it to start from, and that's plenty. So go to the other one. You're gonna have to stop and do this quite often. That's why I have them all ready to go, because if you don't, you could end up with a big tangle. I like to keep them on either side of the project. That way I can go from there. And I've done this right straight from cake to this. But this kind of cotton is super, super soft, very lightweight. My Dahlia shirt, my Halloween one that I wear quite often, the purple and green, is the same material. And I did that with it. Same thing. Just slowly separated it. Took my time. Because I will say my hands do get tired doing this. But the overall outcome is definitely worth it. I love, 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 love how the cotton works up. Let's see here. So when I start winding it next onto the toilet paper rolls, we're going to go on diagonals like they do with any regular cake. You go crisscross, up and down, up and down, up and down, like you would with a chevron pattern, so the cake can get large and keep its integrity longer. Because of course that's super, super important. Well, that's about. My phone's beeping at me. Middle of the night. I'm gonna assume it's nothing really important. Everybody I know is sleeping. It's probably a refill on the game I was playing. My lives are all refilled. Yay! Okay, and sometimes you're gonna have to twist them around. So I'm gonna go down, up, down. And these cakes I like to make extra fat. Okay, and put that in there. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I think I'm gonna do one more, and then we're gonna go down, up, down, up. See how it's making this X here? And yes, you can wind cakes by hand. So if you don't have a yarn winder, or you're waiting for one to show up and you really want to do a cake up, you can do it by hand. It is very consuming time and effort, but that chevron pattern is definitely the way to go to give you an excellent cake. Now it feels like, we may have to, because it's looking like, yes, I'm going to have to come through here because we are wrapped. See how it's wrapped around each other? And we're going to have to go through here. Like that. Okay. And see if I can get any more. Because it does get a little bit twisted. And it's getting twisted down here pretty intense. See how it's twisting? And we're just going to pull them out because this, like I said, this yarn is very, very, very delicate, very, very finicky. So you have to go in with a whole lot of patience. And if you get a tangle or you find it's knotting or you're getting frustrated, just put it away. Don't cut it. Don't fight it. Use my fingers like that sometimes just to get it to go. And another piece got wrapped around, so this is actually not even because I'm pulling it apart. This is because this piece wrapped around already, because it was the end of the cake. And these cakes are notorious for that kind of thing, where they just, because that's all this bump is just it's wrapped around itself. So I take this, go around, because this is my actual piece here, this thinner piece, and this big bump is coming up, but it decided that it was going to involve itself early. Once I get to actually getting to the pattern, taking that apart, it's going to be a little bit smoother because it is pretty much in the pattern already. And thankfully, being that you can't find the written patterns so much online anymore, apparently it's been impossible. There are quite a few YouTube videos for it, including Fiber Spider, who has a 3-part series. So I'm probably going to go wander over there and go through it. Bago Day has put out a pineapple stitch. I think it's a shawl with very pointed ends. It's quite lovely. I am a sucker for the pineapple stitch. I've always been attracted to that one, and I do not. I've never made it. So I should probably get on that soon. But I've got this twister, Hobie twister, in beautiful, beautiful spring colors. And I'm looking for something. I want something. I don't know what something I want to make out of it, but it's got to be something that I love. I have 2 extra cottons that are in the same, that almost match completely perfectly, which is a surprise and a half. They are Hobie as well, but they're from a discontinued line. And I'm going to be incorporating them when we get to the color changing parts. I think it's going to turn out really nice. Whatever I decide, the colors are amazing. Blues, greens, pinks. I think there's a little bit of yellow in it too. But it just has this vibe. I saw it and I was like, I love that. It's totally not my colors as usual. I seem to be doing that quite a bit lately. Trying to step out of my darkness. Oh boy. Sorry, you're not seeing this off camera so much because I gotta go stretch it right out to get this untangling. As you see, it's folded over itself all around here. There. So I like to give myself a little bit of space. I usually like to do this in my bed because when I really get going, I can stretch it out a little bit lengthwise. And I'm just gonna do a couple more rows so I don't end up super tangled up on the thinner end of things. Beautiful. And then up, down, all around. Piece of fuzz stuff in there, that doesn't help things. We're just gonna keep on going. There it is. Coming together nice and easy now. Okay, so we got through that major snag. And we're just going to keep on rolling. And see, I'm going in two very, very different directions. I hold this here to hold it steady, because if you don't, it just ends up doing that. You're not. Holding it like this, you'll get a smoother separation. It's kind of like reverse spinning, I guess. But it works really well with these cotton cakes, that's for sure. Now I'm starting to get a bit of a pile on each side, and you don't want too big of a pile because when you go to wind it up, they can end up tangling. So, that. Watch yourself over here because this will tangle super easily. This yarn likes nothing better than to wrap on itself. But I mean, it's a fine yarn, and it's become finer and thinner. It is 100% cotton. And when I say cotton, it is soft cotton. I really would not want to make anything but a wearable with this. Something I can put on my skin during the summer. Because this would feel like heaven after your sun has hit your skin for a while. That coolness, that sweetness. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so on that, I'm going to say thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. Hopefully, if you have any of this yarn or anything similar, this might help you figure out the best way for you to thin it out if that's something you want to do. I've been answering a lot of people on Facebook, my own experiences, and trying to explain how to do it, and yeah. I'm not sure what that is. Anyways. Thanks for joining me here, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.